And now we're in front of a different one of Mark's paintings. It's called September Silence. And Mark, one of the things I noticed in here is this seems to be quite a bit about the food chain in nature and otherwise. Up at the top, you have the swallow-tailed kite is eating the snake, is eating the frog, and that the frog is eating the moth. And I think that's mimicked also in the painting. Can you speak a little bit about that? That shows up in others of your paintings too. So this is a theme you like to paint, definitely.
That's kind of a theme that is reoccurring in most of the paintings to some degree. I don't think of the animals as having any remorse or evil feeling against one another. They're just sort of, doing what they're supposed to do. And there's no guilt, there's no anger involved. And, I think certainly that's different than the way we treat the rest of the world. So in spite of this kind of, dog eat dog or bird eat snake, eat frog, eat moth thing going on, the animals aren't perpetrators of any evil. The evil is always going on down below, and it's usually being done by us. And, that might be a little bit of a one-sided perspective, but it's in my paintings and it can be my perspective, so I can do and paint it any way I want. But that's kind of the way I see it, and this is an actual more or less location. I made it up. I don't sit up on top of telephone poles and look at the world, but this was a road. Not very often, or I don't get caught doing it. But this is a road that skirts US 98 up around North Florida, skirts the coast. And out there is a national wildlife reserve with a lighthouse out there. So a lot of the time the paintings are about things that I imagine maybe go on when nobody's looking, whether it's the animals trying to carry on with their world or log trucks careening through the forest, hauling it away. The clear-cut control burns that they set. I guess they probably do them down here too, to keep the shrubs and scrub from growing up in the forest, so they control burn them. But the animals, again, they're just doing what they're programmed to do without any animosity towards one another at all.
Yeah, so just being how they should be in the wild, except the swallowtails fighting like this over the snake. Is that usual? Yeah,
those are, like I have my favorite animals. And I like the Luna moths. That's what these moths are. And they're probably in every other painting just because it used to be painters, artists could paint angels floating in the sky, doing anything they want, any place they want. So I don't feel comfortable painting angels, but I can paint birds and I can paint moths. And you can always find a moth or a butterfly that's the right color for a place in the painting. So sometimes they're practical solutions. Sometimes they're romantic solutions because I like Luna moths. I like the fact that they have these eyes, so they're sort of witnesses for what we're doing to the world. But I also just like that beautiful green color that the Luna moth has. Yeah, the swallowtail kite, like the moth, is one of my favorite insects. The swallowtail kite is one of my favorite birds, and you probably see them over here maybe. In the summertime, they come up from the tropics, and they're beautiful birds. They're sort of a hawk kite family. The kites we fly were named after these, not vice versa. They're kind of a communal group of birds, and not many other raptors are like that. Aside from that, they wouldn't get in a situation where they were fighting with each other. Just there's too much at stake. They're too easily wounded or hurt by each other, so they would not fight over that snake.